There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to serve. Blessing that time and that effort are rest. The brothers are giving us care and the promise of them. The work with my life without care.
A lyrical
Master.
Clay Paris, who make you again Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina get as a man, and he's a no money, and who I know, and he love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
And I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I didn't ya to money, and I said ya to money, and I wanna play ya to money, and I could do ya to money, and I don't get it now ya to money. That's the TV, and I don't get it now. Cause you work on my ya to money. Yeah.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. Must hold by the lofa and grandbaza.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We judge it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who willing to serve. The blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The broadcast we giving a real and the promise my best. To work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Backwater, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.
Indeed, good evening, good afternoon, good morning to all of you, our dear channel listeners, those of you who are also watching. Indeed, thank you so much for all you do for us. Again, people, today is Friday, having to be the 28th of August, the 8th month, and the year remains the same, 2026. Again, I want to use the time to welcome you to our weekend edition of the Sktv show. Sometimes we start on a very low pace, or as you may call, or sometimes we start on a very high degree, and at the end of the day, we move on. But again, yesterday I know we were faced with a lot of technical glitches or some technical difficulties, and some of you maybe you were not getting us back to back and so forth. But again, at least some of these things, sometimes these things happen, and we are back. Sorry that yesterday we were not able to take calls, better stay because of some of the situation. But again, people, help us. Some of you who are watching, help us share the show. The country is getting interesting day by day. So many things happening, so many questions. The answer, people are asking questions. People want to know what's going on and all of the things happening back home. The economy, are we getting there or are we still far from getting there? What some of the promises that were made by our own Deacon and President Deacon Boakai as to what are you ready for fulfilling all the promises, or we are diverting. Because sometimes when you're not able, people, sometimes when you are about to fight, anytime when people want fight, let me just say in a simpler form, they are somebody who are fighting business. As soon as you see somebody coming to part, and that they're where you can see some people with that kind of zest or that zeal or that spirit, that that time that spirit can wake up. That's why they want to fight more, because they feel that people can be pardoned or people can separate them. So I don't know whether our government is diverting our entire attention now from doing the thing that they were voted for to now just politics and so on, back to back. But again, people, the rest of the team will be here very soon with us. Steve will join us very soon. If not, all of them, including Brother Aliu, Mong, and the rest of the other team of panelists, they will also join us. But please do us a favor. Give us a like, comment, and share. Myself, I'm doing that. I'm sharing the show, at least so that other people too can also follow, because there are other people who sometimes they don't get the light. So until when you share the show in your groups, I don't know how many groups that you're part of, but again, so that's it. September 2nd will be a deep day to talk about. Very, very deep day, September 2nd. But again, we'll start with that on Monday. The returns, the returns of the two. A day of two returns. So we have returns on September 2nd in Liberia. Madam Joa Watero court hearing also will be on the 2nd. So I don't know how that's going to happen, but that one, next week, put a topic in there. We just passing through with that. And next week, Wahala there. So we stay onto the drug situation. There are some claims and counterclaims, court releasing some verdicts. They're going time, I think on Wednesday or better say Tuesday, the court talked about releasing almost 55 cases. And I think finally on today, they were able to release out of the 55 cases to include the fire incident, the arson attack, and the prohibition and so forth. And all of the cases have been released. Some of the cases, some people will be going to jail for 1 year. They will pay the fine, or in fact, they will pay the fine of 10,000. And other cases to include the activist Mountain Quarry, his alleged involvement with some alleged information, defamation of character, all kinds of things. And allegedly, in fact, he was found 50,000. I don't know what happened in less than 24 hours. The court, we're hearing that the court said no, they reverse, or maybe they take out, or in fact, they cancel that one. So all of these things that were happening in the court area, in the court, or in fact, the corridor of the court. But again, Steve, my brother, good evening, Steve. You join us. Let's welcome Steve as we do the sharing of the show. Please, some of you who are also watching, help us, give us a like, comment, and share. Steve, good evening, my brother.
Thank you so much, Milbo. Folks, let's share the show. Let's share the show, please, as much as we can. Let's share the show for the sake of the program this afternoon. Milbo, good afternoon to you. Happy Friday, folks. As always, the Liberian people are the most important people on earth. We are back today with another edition. The Liberian women are the most beautiful women on earth, but the most beautiful talk about celebrated Liberian woman in history. Ellen Johnson said he said not even make the list. This woman on the local things, Melbourne, I can tell you, she got a special place in heaven. She will probably get a bosom in heaven for standing up for men. You know what I mean? Abraham get bosom in heaven. Jesus get bosom in heaven. The woman will probably get a bosom in heaven. This is the woman that been hated by majority of the Liberian women as we speak. But we stand with her. You say what you want to say, we stand. That our That our You know, Melbourne, you're laughing with it, but I've discovered a new hero.
Oh, yes.
And this woman, and I call him a hero. You go call hero, whatever. I call her hero. This minister of gender is the best minister of gender ever in history. So, you can say your own, we say our own, but I either. So I don't know, Melbourne, I don't know what you have on the table today for social issues before the other men are coming on.
I think we can still continue with that, because that there are a lot of mixed reactions from the public. Some people claim to be lawyers, some people who are not also lawyers, some people who are also lawyers. People have their own say, people, their own representation. But again, like you said, my brother, when you are a son somewhere and you understand the into tool, the outer tool, the word you always say in the simple form, and you give way for everybody to come in. Then, because the ministry of gender, people always see that ministry as only for women. Even to the extent that when men goes there, they have their little situation. By the time they go there, sometimes people make mockery out of them. Oh, man, you buy man. Hey, the kind of way of talking. And this thing that they are all bullied, but people don't know these things. Steve, that you have several situations. Sometimes a lady will maybe beat on you, or maybe violate your rights and so forth. When you want to go to the law, then the law start to make fool out of you. So I think this kind of a situation is an eye-opener situation that we all will have to look deep into this and see as to where we've been making all of these mistakes. How can somebody violence? Because all of these things, Steve, are still to be corrected, but all of these things lead to most of the violence today that people have been going through in their very homes. Because men feel that when they are no longer getting, maybe their voices are not being heard or so forth, or maybe nobody giving any attention for the kind of pain and frustration that they are going through, the only way to maybe get it out is to maybe to exercise that kind of violent stuff, or maybe to go on a lady and just do some violence. So for me, I think we got to look at this, Steve. It's good that the lady brought this out and sent them. There are a lot of reactions, even including the CMC political leader, Honorable Musa Hassan, also calling, her, Iran, Europe, and so forth, back to back. There are a lot of people, the prominent people, the people that know these things. But at the end of the day, we will stand up and talk. And we've been saying these things. Look, Steve, the love we show to women, I don't really see that love coming from women towards us men. When men are maybe have been dismayed or something happen, you will see the women will come out and bully us and do everything to us. But when something happens to them, we go there and comfort them and make them feel happy and be with them. So I think in this situation, my brother, before I turn over to you, I think our sisters is an eye opener, even though some of them have been saying, oh, we've been helpful. I will agree. There are a lot of them out there today who are also helpful to their various spouses, or to their homes, or to their relationship, or to their marriages. So that one, I will not dispute that, I will not say that loud. But so many things are still happening that need to be corrected. The more talk about the issue of family properties. Men struggle hard to have this property for his children for tomorrow. And somebody somewhere will just claim everything in the name of marriage or in the name of relationship. So all of these things need to be looked at and be repealed, most of the laws. So thank you, my brother. I think that's a very, very good discussion. So we can continue on our discussion of yesterday.
Yeah, I would have, to be honest with you, I really would have thought by now in all honesty, I would have thought the gender ministry, I would have thought the church and other civil servant agency would have been pushing, and even only one lawmaker I've heard, I ain't yet, I ain't hear him in position. So Melbourne, this is in itself a problem for us. The men need to stand with this lady, and she need to get maximum protection. All that thing, I see the other funny men already. Even my girl Mariah, I see her trying to say what the law says. Mariah, you explain tire. When it comes to your own time, you might explain. We stand with what the general minister said. As far as we're concerned, it's part of the rescue agenda. And as I speak to you, we have been rescued. At least, if Joseph Waka can do everything right, let him get it one thing right. Yeah. Men, we have been suffering. So it is about time that the women then look into it and do something for the men. So Melbourne, wholeheartedly, I stand with the Minister of Gender. In fact, from what I'm hearing in the corridor, the men are trying to put something together for her, to celebrate her either by the end of this year or sometime. This is a movement, Milborn. And not just anything. This is a movement, and we are not stopping here. We want to make sure that this goes across, and you never know, maybe it could take over West Africa before you expand. Because we already remember the building the Mano River Union villa in Lofa County, the Mano River Villa. Maybe we can have our first conference there. I don't know why you look at the remember the 10 million villa? Maybe are you there? I think Melbourne's frozen.
No, I'm sorry. Yes, sorry, I'll meet you. That's why you are not getting me. But yes, you're right. Maybe we can use that villa. Another one of the villa finish. But again, for me, I don't want to go somewhere where I don't know the source of that project. None of them, my brother. I'm very careful. None of them. Even to say hello now out there, I'm very careful because anything that you have now with people, you may not know the outcome, but it will be cartel. So maybe I may not go there. If you can look for different venue, there I will join the team. But if that's to that villa, no. I stand to be correct. I'm not saying that cartel money though. I'm saying the project. I don't know what the source coming from or what the money coming from.
No, but the president made it clear. Okay. You know, so we are going to be operating on a presidential immunity. So if any noise comes from that, it will be on the president because the president, you know, we're okay. So I mean, look, before we even go there, the president will pardon all of us.
Wow. So if any noise the thing I made for I call it for the yellow machine chairman when the man want his seat. They say I don't know pardon what pardon. I'm not going to know pardon. Anyway,
no. Here's the deal. To tell you the whole country that hell of a stupid people. To tell you the country level. To tell you the country that hell of a Christian nation. I don't know how to imagine.
I'm not going nowhere. Nobody come and tell me, say, my man, your shadow was near the cartel. No. Nobody come and tell me that my shadow is not near the cartel.
The point you're raising, and I forgot about Brendan Samoka thing you bring it, or you get a problem in it. Brendan Samoka came from being military B-man to manning machine.
Look, my man, don't get what here don't come from my eye. Lord, the hustle is weird. Stevie, it's not a joke. You know why I meant to be Lyceum? I know what kind of Lyceum officer.
But the liaison officer who say he will cost everybody across Blacker, the main reason, so who will be costing them?
So that my whole hair can be hectic to admit. Steve, like
nobody liaison. No, but the point you're raising, people might overlook it, but that point is a critical point. So where is the liaison officer right now? The
man is negotiating between, I think, Liberia and other Guinea. because Louisiana, so the man going to be negotiating between Liberia and other Guinea, maybe because of the border situation. And I think he didn't want to talk about Joao Hotel business. No, I think he didn't.
The liaison officer ran away from his position.
Oh, God. Yeah.
That means the president walking around with no liaison officer?
No liaison, my brother. So that whole villa, I'm not going there because no liaison. If yeah, thank God. No liaison. So
wait. So it reached to the Guinea border town. Where the liaison officers want to negotiate for But you know the liaison officer? You know the liaison officer guy that had all fully met, he been around for a minute. Let me prove something to you. There's a video we'll play here in the next few days or weeks. You know the liaison officer was one of the people that came on air when they carried Chancellor to the head. He was one of the guys that went on air, his own record. He's on. I was doing the research. I listened to him. Sano, right?
Yeah.
The man was yelling.
What kind of Sano?
Never told no money and Chancellor never. So that long time he been liaison officer. I don't see that out.
Man, the man be kumi. Now they're saying the same thing. They may have been coming for a long time. They may have been losing officer. No wonder why Matigo do smart. The law around for long, he said, they want it. They just shouting. I'll just get one position. In fact, what I will take you and I said, like business. So you see someone, the problem in there, you just molly your character for no reason. Your character. And Steve, and this is serious, Steve, my brother, be frank. People just molly their own character. Like, I don't care how we look. That's a lifestyle. So at the end of the day, you see, all the look at the country, from defense minister to chair on yellow machines.
Yeah.
I don't know what that promotion or that demotion.
We raised that point here on the show that I don't know what he was looking for, but I thought it was very weird. I thought it was interesting. But folks, let's share the show. That's where we are. Liaison officer then leaving the post, leaving the president hanging. We don't know what going on with the president. Today, like you said, the Supreme Court came out with a lot of different rulings. The ruling that said there's plenty and funny. We don't know what's going on. Yeah, it's also funny ruling there.
I yelled. That made it people to come back contempt.
Oh, the Supreme Court, man, we don't want to tell the chief justice, so you know what's going on. Forget that thing.
Supreme Court will say something and they come and say, no, in fact, we'll tell them one back.
Yeah. So the Supreme Court confused said today, take it back. Say they take out one back, they take out one back. Well, what's going on? The whole country they just taking back. The president told by his speech and change it. The Supreme Court change it. Okay. Man, it's a
God.
But Melbourne, what you got on the menu for today? In terms of Supreme Court ruling and so forth. I know Fanatico Varden will be back in court based on the rulings, right?
Yes, exactly. Because I think the entire ruling they were appealing for jury trial or something, and the prohibition that they put forth, the court denied the prohibition. So I think they go back to court and they're going to start the entire process. I was going through that entire piece, but I think they will start the case. I don't know what time, but anytime soon. But again, yes, you are right, Steve. That's it. So that means the entire prohibition. Okay, so here. Okay, Supreme Court rejects prohibition petition in Capitol Building as on case. So the Supreme Court of Liberia has rejected a petition for the writ of prohibition in the ongoing Capitol Building as on case, reading that the petitioners pursue the wrong legal remedy after the trial judge disbanded the jury and ordered a new trial. Wow. So that means the case is linked to the 2024 fire incident, blah, blah, blah. So let me see. Okay. So they're saying that in a judgment delivered on August 28, 2026, the Supreme Court drew a clear distinction between a writ of prohibition and a writ of certiorari. So the court said prohibition is used to stop a lower court or tribunal from acting where it has jurisdiction or has exceeded its authority. Okay, so let me see. I won't come to where at the end. So the Supreme Court therefore quashed the alternative writ, denied the writ, and ordered the clerk of court to send a mandate to the lower court to resume jurisdiction and give effect to the judgment. So that's it. So they send the people back to the lower court. That yes, the lower court should be able to go through the case. But I don't know how long that's going to take us again. But Steve, since 2024 December, the entire thing, in fact, the fire incident and up to now, the case stay in court, even though there are other people who stay in prison. Yeah, I think some of the guys allegedly that were involved, they are still language in prison, and other people who are also being involved, they are out, like the former speaker Jeff Kofa and the rest of the other people. But Steve, something caught my attention today. I don't know whether you passed by that. One of the senators, I want also part with that, and that's very important. I don't know what you say about that, but one of the senators, I think Councillor Abo Chie, said something very, very important, Steve. I think that you saw that about the handling of our security, because you always going back on most of the old stories about how we got here and so forth. So he asked this question, ammo for a political prisoner, but diplomacy for Liberia border. So that means I got ammo we see in other AFL ammo truck, or what you may call, parking right there at the Man River Central Prison, and he not asking this question, even though he have a lot of things, he has so many things he wrote here. I know should I just forward to you so you can see it. But again, Steve, this really caught my attention as to how we are allowing the AFL now to be used as a, instead of security, or in fact state security for the country, they are not being used as a, maybe the way he claimed them, because let me quote him, because he's saying that the AFL they are not being used in political situation, in which of course it should not be that way. So I just forward to you. You can go through it, and maybe we'll look at this and go back to the Joao Taylor situation, because I think I saw a video that you also sent me, Bashir, I know Bashir County, saying that he had no link with anything that had to do with where I got the trust, even though the government, according to information, alleged that the government gave him right, or the RPD for input rights. I don't know how true is this information up to now. The government haven't come out to even deny or to say anything pertaining to this information that the same men who were allegedly accused by the government of bringing drugs in the country, allegedly the same man has been given right to import drugs and rice into Liberia. So I don't know. So maybe that will be our last talking with the video discussion. But what say you with this entire write-up for the senator, Steve?
For the record, Senator Abochie has been one of the senators that I like him. He always has an opinion in providing contracts or connection with the legal framework of the country. I've read most of his postings, his public stance on issues, on decisions taken by the government. That's good, because you know what it does? It shows the underlying history that he was on record. He was not silent. It's a good thing. It's a good thing to always have a position on record on issues, especially when there seem to be some confusion, when there seem to be some games played, or, in Liberia where we lie, we do wrong, and we say that politics. So I like him for that, to be very honest. I do. And so I read his write-up earlier this morning, and I feel as though he makes another beautiful point, and a good point, that basically for my Oma and Papine who wouldn't be able to read what he wrote or understand what he wrote, basically he is saying, also we got ammo truck, or we got ammo car. When the men took the border and took our land from us, we didn't see no ammo car or no ammo truck going there. But if that were arrest Joel Howard Taylor, then ammo truck and ammo car appear automatically. So he was, he's as confused as it gets, because the government that he works in currently also, it seems like it's a confused government with no head, no tail. The entire government is very confused. Nothing going on. And we're going to talk about some of the confusion and some of the tactics that they want to employ or they want to apply, what is on opposition, or how they want to use it to their advantage for 2029, which is being exposed early on. And this is the best thing. We have to confront these things and expose it early on. But let's welcome Monk to the show. Monk, what's up, my man?
Well, not much. Doing great. I mean, I'm almost half an hour late. I was just running home.
My man, we just got into the conversation. I don't know if you read what Abochie, Senator, I think he's the chair on the judiciary or so forth, what he wrote. I'm not sure if you came across it or not.
I didn't read it though. I don't even know what's going on. Like, I'm way behind time in a few days. They're gonna take me a while to catch up.
Yeah,
like, it can be so sickening when you hear the news coming from the country. This time to even do research, it can just suck the energy out of you. Like, I don't know. I didn't read his post, but maybe when you got any idea, maybe I don't know. Let me check it out. Maybe before I can skim through it.
I think
Real quick.
Melbourne send it to me. Melbourne send it to me. Let me.
Yes. So let me just
forward
forward
to
to you quickly, Mark, so that you can.
Yeah,
Because
forward
it's
to me.
good
Let me
that
skim through it. Quick
everybody
while
have
we
their
open
own
it.
way of understanding things. Yeah. But like what Steve was saying, Steve, you're right, and I want you to just put it in the simplest form for our old folks, or even the younger ones, who claim to be educated too, also, so that they don't understand these things. So that's why we will come here. We don't want to be like other people speaking out of the BB thing that you don't understand. Because at the end of the day, some of you don't even understand. You just pretend to be the that you are. So yeah, but Steve, go ahead, my brother. I just forward to Mark. I just wanted to add up to what you were
Yes.
saying not too long. That's interesting.
Sure. So while Monk is going through that, let me just be honest with you. This is the most confused group of people who claim to have experience, education, knowledge in a solution to the Liberian people problem. This is the most confused, discombobulated group of people I have seen in most recent times in my life, in and out of Africa. The Liberian government is the most confused group of people. And we said it that they were going to be confused before even the election. We told you guys that one of the confused transportation or means of transportation is the train. You remember the train? We told you. So when the United Party announced that they were on a train, we told you that it was a joke. Train, I get hey, I get tea. I get front, I get behind, going front, I come behind, going front, I come behind. Very confusing. That's how the Unity Party, whole government looking. The whole rescue train, that's how they looking. They are very confused, discombobulated all over the place. And the confusion that they're doing, unfortunately, they're proving us right on a daily basis. The things that we say here, it's just like they walk right into it and do it. When we want not to do they want, this will be the outcome. After a few they want to do it. The same thing that we just warning about, or just advise them on, guess what? It comes to fruition, or it comes to reality. They walk into it. Like the same thing, we're going to predict something on the show here today that they're making a huge mistake, that it will come back again to bite them. We'll talk about it today. So, Monk, what's your take? After perusing that, I see the Unity Party people celebrating. Oh man.
Well, I think he's right. Like I told you from the beginning, I said this thing is all about optics, and the Unity Party know exactly what they are doing. They will operate within the framework of the law. You might call them political operative, or you may call them. But the one thing that I know is all optics, because we never get closure on most of the recent cases in Liberia. Whether you get Columbus situation, whether it's Samuel Twe, you can go over a litany of issues that they will come up with these or indictment or charges. At the end of the day, we cannot settle. I'm talking about total closure or any major crimes or charges that were brought upon people in recent memory. And the military is to be neutral. Why would you want to carry an armored personnel vehicle for someone that you accuse of committing a crime? The military should be neutral. I mean, we still got all the paramilitary organizations in the country. We got the LDA, we got the police, we got immigration. The military, I think, from the day of Madam Sally, is one of the institutions you can get high credit in the way in which they conduct themselves. You don't see them in the street often, but why for Joel Howard Taylor you have armor or personal vehicle? So I think they are sending a message. I tell you, optics is everything in politics. And Unity Party, look, you don't have to like them. They know how to operate. They are sending a message to other political figures or people that they perceive to be some of that target, that we will use the full strength of the state in terms of resources to come after you. The last time I heard, they say, oh, President Weah is contemplating on staging or supporting a protest. I'm like, no, that would be a wrong move to make from President Weah. He might as well start setting the situation, because we are talking about Joel here. It's like they are walking and climbing the step, climbing the ladder. And you might be the one that is in the crosshair at the end of the day. You are the primary target. So you look at the judicial process, you don't know who's sinking behind the scene, you don't know who's giving classified information or things that happen in previous administration. I would not be the first one to jump into conclusion about protest. I will study the situation. I will lawyer up to get some of the best legal men in the country, because, like I said on the show, President Weah, you are no longer president. You don't have blanket immunity anymore. You are a private citizen. So you are not immune from arrest or any kind of indictment for the fact that you are former president now. And that's why I would say we have seen these tactics before. But the one thing I've been following too and looking at the whole Joel Howard situation, our people can are very confused at times. Most of the time, not even at times. When you say you want for the law to take its course, then the government will go about dispensing justice. That's the first thing. If you say you want to fight drugs, then it should be done holistically. You cannot be being pick and choosing. And you cannot talk about the government is doing selective justice at the same time calling for justice. It makes no sense. Because like I said, the one thing that I know, nowhere in the world that will ever happen that politics, Joseph Boakai and his government will not go about prosecuting people within their inner circle or people within their camp. We know that for sure. It never happened with the previous administration. It never happened to any administration that I know of. Even in this great United States, I haven't seen or sitting government prosecute itself. So you can take that off the table. But if our people believe that they want justice, they want cold hard evidences, then let the process play out rather than drawing conclusion. Oh, it's a political witch hunt. No, I'm not going to call it a political witch hunt. The one thing that I know, you can manipulate the judicial process, but it's impossible for you to manufacture an evidence against someone who you claim committed a crime. You can postpone the court there, you can make phone calls to the judges and the lawyer, but at the end of the day, if you don't have any solid evidence, you cannot manufacture that. So if it's a political witch hunt, then at the end, it will play to Joel Howard Taylor and the CDC. Because if you cannot establish proof, then it means we're going to be the loser. But until then, like I said, I will never come here to say, you know what, the government is engaged in a witch hunt, she playing politics. No, I will let the process play out because I know when the dust settles, even the dumbest president in the street of Monrovia or Liberia will know that it was either a manufactured crime or Joel Howard Taylor committed a crime. So let me just be patient enough rather than jumping to the conclusion and let the process play out. I think that would be the smart way to go about doing it. And I would say again for the 100th time, President Weah, the whole protesting, I don't think it's necessary right now. I will admonish you to put this government feet to the fire and you can stage other protests. But for the Joel Howard Taylor situation, I mean, hold your peace for now. Let's just observe the situation. Let's give it some time. At the end of the day, when the woman get pregnant, the belly can go in the back, it will come to the front. Let give them the benefit of that and let them put their own foot in their mouth. That's how you want to treat the situation. Yep.
Thank you, Monk. Thank you, Monk. I'm going to say this on the show. We've said some of these things before. Maybe I don't know if you got one of those videos that you want to play. It doesn't matter which one. But I'm going to say this on the show. Mark, I agree with you 100% from a strategic standpoint. You don't want to rush to mash the government any way, rushing into protests or any kind of thing. You don't want to do that. You want to be strategic about things like protests and other things as to catch them off guard on another time, on another day, or whatever it is. Build up enough evidences as an opposition as well to make sure that when you are coming out, people are seeing the reasons why you are coming out. I agree, I wouldn't rush the Joel Howard Taylor thing because from all indications, one of the ways that I know that it's not going to go anywhere is, first of all, the government burned all of the drugs so far. So what are the evidences they got? I don't want to get it. But not only that, if they're going off the Sheikh Ano Bashiru or whatever his name is, whatever, that only Labro can elevate criminals. People who buy records. These are the people we attach ourselves to. So there was a recording I will play this morning. Some have said it's authentic. Some have said it's not. But we'll leave it to the public. We cannot independently confirm this recording. Let's listen to what the Bashiru may have to say based on this recording.
Like we got technology that somebody can wear a wire and go to somebody. Come on, clear your name. But one thing I ain't doing is I ain't go on Facebook to jump in no. Like, you really fucking think like we got technology that somebody can wear a wire and go to somebody. Come on, clear your name. But one thing I ain't doing is I ain't go on Facebook to jump in nobody drama. I ain't gonna answer nobody fucking thing on Facebook. Same way I was locked up in America, they had all this shit to say about me on Facebook, or the negative shit they had to say about me on Facebook. I didn't respond to that shit. Okay, so let everybody say what they got to say. Name about feeding my ass. Like I'm justified to motherfucking on social media or whatever the fuck it is. You know what I'm saying? I do me. They can do theirs. At the end of the day, we all know the street code. at the end of the, I mean, bro, all I can say is that I'm not getting no political shit. Anybody gonna use me for political scapegoat? That's all I'm gonna say, and that's it. Let everybody say, think, and do what the fuck they want to do. So, I mean, it is what it is. I'm pretty sure if I own 300 and something million of a drug, I'll be sitting somewhere in fucking Russia, not flying around the world.
Over it, then you come up clear the lady's name. That's just good, because if y'all was doing stand-up clear business, there's no way that should be aligning her with drug activities. If you wire phone conversation, I know you wasn't on the phone call talking about drugs and everything else. So only you can tell them exactly what y'all was talking about. So you got to come out and clear the woman's name. You can't say you staying out of it. You're a street nigga, my nigga. You know the street code, my nigga. Don't tell. That's the very first part of the business. Don't tell. So if you didn't tell, you got to clear your name, because you got people like me looking at you like you told. Because that's what's going on in social media. So I'm coming to you as a friend. I'm not getting involved in your business. I'm not out with me, because I'm not committing no crime no more. As a legit businessman and the street personnel, you need to clarify that, because other people is looking at you crazy. If you didn't do it, that's fine. Nobody said you did it. It was wiretap, because they wiretapped my phone too. The people that was involved in the wiretap, that was it. They didn't come to me and say, oh, I don't want to tell the people, I don't want to wire to them. They're saying that you were the wire doing to the lady. I've been monitoring this shit for a whole fucking week, my nigga, and this shit is mom bugging to
I don't know if this is one of the government's evidence that they're counting on. What say you? First of all, they don't have the drugs. Second of all, it seemed like this guy's having a conversation already, trying to say no, he didn't say anything or whatever it is. What do you make of this? If this is the case that they're going to take, again, I'm not here to defend Joe Howard Taylor. Let's be very fair and clear. But we have seen times over time the government come and say they have a overwhelming evidence or whatever it is. When they go to court, they ain't got nothing to show. Same thing with Samuel Twain, who saw the same foolishness. They ain't got nothing to show.
Steve, let me join you guys in like 2-3 minutes, please. 2 minutes.
Show with Fanatic Kofa. They ain't got nothing to show. What is this foolish circle that we're in as a country that don't make any sense for a government to be just bouncing around, making everything look like it's politics, the optics, they got to arrest the person to show. And you are not doing what you're supposed to do. This is getting to be a little too much now. You're playing the same hands and putting your foot in your mouth every time. You're losing credibility. Let's be honest. The government has lost all credibility. They can't even win a serious case. They can't win a serious case. Look at the Samuel Twain case, how you did it. Are you serious? And today you gotta be running beyond jurors and talking about how the juror, you gotta bring the case back and just make yourself to look funny in the word and around people. So I'm very confused. Maybe I don't know what you make of this. What say you? Because this is very I don't understand, man. The whole thing
yes. Actually, to those of you who are following, we sincerely apologize maybe for the way the guy was talking, and sometimes, but we have to play these things so that you too, so you can listen before you say maybe that we don't want to make all these stories or that we don't want to say these things. But again, Steve, to you, my brother, you're right. On a very serious note, I don't know how come when people are into oppositions, especially our politicians, they see beyond even any other person, or in fact any other county or any places that you think about. They see everything. They see the country, how the country look, how the country terrible, how the people are suffering. The children are not in school, this and that, hospitals, all these things, and everything they will see it. But by the time they get to power, then they change. So like you are saying, my brother, myself, I keep wondering, and I keep, and that mom will always say, oh yeah, they want to play the game, but I think we are not at that level to be playing games like other countries or maybe developed countries are doing. So first of all, my brother, why would you want to play politics at that level? Just because you want to destroy other people, just because you still want to control the power that be, or maybe or you want to control the system. So at the end of the day, whosoever person maybe that are closer to you or that want to maybe threatening you, or that kind of a strength, you want to bring them down. So for me, my brother, I think for all indications, the drug level that even the Liberians themselves, in fact, they've been watching and they've been seeing all of the process, because the government was voted to power for the rule of law, to respect the rule of law. But even the government was just started destroying things. To even talk about the removal of jail from the Kofa. See what happened? The fighting of lawmakers at the Capitol building that day. See what happened? Even up to now, you can call about the people of district number 10. No lawmaker for them. But it's okay. That's the respect for rule of law. You can call about passing around. You can't go to work. You can't tell the people where are we, what we're heading to. No, it's okay that way. So Steve, I think everything from all of my own observation, the people, they don't care anymore about the forward march of the people or the country. All they are doing is just politics. Because up to now, 2019, 2019 or 2018, the CDC government, in 6 months time, they didn't be in the community, or if I do community wrong. Still, the people there, according to Sandra Dawa, the people that they walked on that road and voted for him. Because why? The people, they were hungry. Because there were no jobs. According to him. Up to now, my own deacon having break ground for 1 kilometer of road and even complete it. I want to see it. I'm not saying I say no, but I want to see the road that was dedicated by my own deacon for the past 2 years or even into 3 years. I want to see it. But everything is politics. So the people around my brother, that want all of the advisors here and there, I think there should be a town and a Liberian who got to start holding these advisors around the leaders accountable, maybe boo them, bully them, shame them, embarrass them. Maybe that's the only way that the only thing will stop. Because for me, I think for all indication, the circle is just so terrible. That's why we're not moving nowhere. So I heard them about politics. Now what they will do, nothing good will come from all the cases. They will be wasting people's time until they go into election. Hopefully by next year, National Election Commission will start preparation. By next year, before 2028, you got to start talking about the budget for 2029 election. If we don't have anything this year, if we don't have any good thing next year, what are we going to get election time? So that means all of our years have just been wasted. Our 6 years will just go free. For me, now I'm saying, everybody know how to be praise-singing government before you even survived. But see the pure media institutions, they are all struggling. But everything okay for them. Well, they are eating, maybe they can eat. So my brother, all the cases that I will just end, and that's not the right thing, the way the men are coming out, and people are saying he got to come out more, even though the government want to use him. I'm getting information that the government want to use him allegedly for maybe as a state witness, and it's all confusing to Steve. The government arrest him, allegedly people that are involved, and allegedly using them or want to use them as state witness. Man, I don't understand the whole entire thing. It even confusing me. When we're among here, maybe they will help us.
Well, at the end of the day, Milborn, to be very honest, the government is as confused as it gets. The government is a disgrace. The government is shameless. Very, 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 very embarrassing. I mean, I don't even know how to put it, to be honest with you, Milborn, because when you think people, all the big mouth they made, when you think people are responsible, they just like someone get or gotta make all the big mouth that they can dress fine, their clothing good, the cars that will fine clothes smelling good when we go to the whole dirty. That's how the government look. All the big mouth they make, that Joseph Boaga spent 40 years in government, he get experience. Since the government take over, I will wait. Show me one case that they brought up as a government and they won that case. I will wait. Show me one serial minor case. Shame on, and they couldn't even win Summit. All the noise that they made around here, they couldn't even win Summit West. Now they're running around again with the Supreme Court. Everything that they do is just got criminal motive and criminal intent behind it. Nothing serious. They're operating like like I don't want to say cartel, but like some kind of gang or some kind of some kind of disgruntled society group. I don't understand. An entire government, no seriousness, no hate, no take. They just create other noise here, create other noise here, create other noise here, create other noise here. They just get themselves running in cycles, running around in cycles. No hate, no take. They take Finabono, they pour in jail, less than 24 hours, they free Finabono. From the day I saw Finabono going to oh man, I knew the government was a joke. From the day I saw Finabono dressed in all white to go to prison, I said it's a joke. This is a joke. You go into prison, you dress all white. Your lawyer, I also go to court. When it's going to arrest you, you leave the lawyer. I say, shit. No, let me tell you something. The country Joseph Boaga made Labrador to low level. Hell, was a stupid place. And that's why I will say what you want to say. Get vexed with me. Say I don't love the country that your business. No serious minded group of people will come to Liberia to invest in Liberia. And yet, again, no serious, the only person that will come, that the one who come in and bring in drugs in the country, they kind of all they say the investor. And they go to take picture of Joseph Boaga, they gain small thing, he take picture with them, they laugh with them, and whatever they go. That's it. But to get serious group of people to come to do anything serious in Liberia under the government, it's not possible. It will not happen. Because at the end of the day, that bunch of foolishness you're doing. No serious minded group of people even want to see you as serious group of people. This is embarrassing. This is troubling. And the country is going down the drain. You know, interestingly, Delon used to say the country economy is in a septic tank. Where is the country economy today? Where are we? Melbourne. Where are you guys? What the rice price? I thought they sent Jeremiah Kuhn to reduce the price of flour, rice, and all the things. What is going on?
That was 2025, July 26.
Yeah, what's going on with that?
There when he sent, even though they dropping the US rate, but in prices stay the same. I don't know what kind of economic theory is that. That we say buying scratch card $200 Liberian dollars, or $1 now. In fact, $1 USD is 170. Some places 170, some places 172, 173. So that's a rate right now as we speak. But in practice, still the same. When you go to the various stores, in fact, some of them now they start refusing USD.
How much they buy back or rest?
Back or rest is around $14.50 some places, $15 because 2,000. Some of them, some places 2,550, some places 2,600. So it's just in our range, $14.50.
So $15.
And almost $15, yeah.
So on the average, it's $15.
Yeah, so yeah, for me, I think that's it. So
what was the price?
Give me $15. I think by then, it was around about 13.50 or 14 before the previous government left from power. So and the government said, I think they said they did some deduction, but I think they stay the same because the people elect. The president can be saying their own thing, and the business people can be doing their own thing. Because even the gas price right now, yeah.
Who will listen to Joseph Boaga? Joseph Boaga is serious man, Joseph Boaga is serious to you. So who will listen to him? The man who not caught in less than 3 years, the man not caught 25 cabinet meeting. That's serious man there.
And to what you're just saying, Steve, to what you're just saying, I think maybe we'll just take one of these days on the show and just maybe catalog, or maybe let's just make it a simple form. Maybe we'll be asking our people, maybe the real thing that the government has achieved for the past 2 years, for 3 years. Yeah.
I will leave you AB. I will get back after the break. Okay. I will join you after the break. I will leave you AB.
All right, that's great. So, folks, those of you who just joining us, I want to say a wonderful good evening to all of you. Thank you for joining. Always, as usual, we have 5 more minutes to go for our news break. But again, it's getting interesting. Day by day, it's getting interesting day by day. Like we said, there are so many questions they answer. Where are we as people? Some of you out there, I know these are questions I keep asking Even if you go on the internet, no matter how you want to even defend, when you listen to people cry up to this age and time, people are still working for less than $9,000. And you know, when I listen to that teacher or that lady who said that in front of that she been teaching for the past 27 years, I shed tears. So at the end of the day, you all of your energies, everything go, but you are still living in poverty. Everything. And one politician we have in this government, we have the father that minister, the daughter that minister. Look, so many things happening in this country that some of you, in fact, you're not even opening your eyes. You're just thinking like just on the other way that you would think. But in this country, we have father minister and we have daughter minister. It's okay. It's good. That one part is okay. That one is not under nepotism. Father minister. And you have daughter minister. Well, welcome, Mr. Mr. Connor. Good evening.
Yeah, Nevon. Good evening, man. How
Yeah,
you
interesting. We have father, daughter. We have, in fact, father, in fact, minister, and we have daughter minister. But we have other people who are also educated. They passing around looking for something to do.
You know, Nevon, I heard you talking earlier on, and with regards to the various cases that the government keeps bringing on in the country, and they're not winning anything. You know, I said this yesterday. Maybe the people are not even interested in winning cases. They are interested in strangulating their political opponent, especially the political party that they feel threatened by, like the CDC. Maybe I hear people talking about, oh, you know, the charges can come, and if you didn't do anything, you can go to court and win the case. I mean, you can, if they can produce evidence, you will walk free. But you're not walking free, Mabel. Who's going to incur the legal fees? You are paying out of your pocket. Like all the people that are dragging around here, the people paying for lawyers. The lawyers are not doing pro bono based things over there. They are paying them to go to court. And sometimes you go through the process, by the time they know that they're not winning the case, then they abort the case. Like what happened in the Kunadi case? What if they disband the jury? Then you got to start all over again. This is the situation here. It's not that people are afraid to go to court, but the idea is you are paying. If they drag you maybe on the court right now, that you're going to look for a lawyer, you're going to be paying that lawyer. Every time they go to court, you got to be paying for it out of your pocket. But the government, they got their legal team that the taxpayers are paying them. So they don't care. That's one. Two, this is just to destroy political opponents. Drag you around at the end of the day to make up stories on you. Maybe when you said something very, very cardinal, there is nothing conclusive this government can point to for the last 3 years that this is what we have done and achieved infrastructurally. Nothing. No one paved road anywhere that they can point to that this is what we are doing here. Maybe you mentioned that at this time of the previous government, you had a hospital, you had a low community road, you had things to point to infrastructurally that they had done. But this time, that road, that very Japan freeway, yes, it started under the previous government, but I mean under the Ellen government, but the we-led government completed it by this time. But this government, they got nothing to show, and maybe it's evident by the people in the market and the Liberians generally. Take the microphone to Liberia. You know, through FM, maybe you need to find one of your reporters you're sending in the street too. Conduct some kind of impromptu interview, and let's bring it on the platform and discuss it, maybe. Because every Liberian that I'm listening to, whether they voted for this government or not, they are so disappointed, so they just feel that justice is not being transparent, it being selective. It's all about going after their political enemy. That is a known fact in the Liberian community right now. So yeah, people will say, oh yeah, you know, the government, if this is the situation, they will go after the opponent and this and that. But the idea is that if you get to the point where people just see you and you got nothing to offer them but just to go after a political opponent, you're going to be notorious for that. And voters will know that. Again, I've made a reference to Mr. Trump here. It came to a point in this America here when people knew that the Democrats were just going after Mr. Trump. They made up all the charges. In fact, it made people much more angry to even vote for him. And this is the situation we've got in Liberia there. So to think that you kind of reputable people, both national and international, you just kind of drag them around and put crime on them, and you're thinking that it will just go like that, maybe you are mistaken. United Party is not winning any soul, they're not winning any voter. Based on everything I've listened to every morning, you go, you listen to callers and everything, marketers, wheelbarrow pushers, or whatever, car loaders, motorbike riders, they're going to tell you how they see things in the country. They're not crazy. They are very much informed. Because if you're going to come and you can't offer them any of their basic needs, all you're doing, you're going after this person. You're bringing up charges on people every day. Your political opponent, when you not agree with them, the case about to defeat you, you cancel the whole case. They say, we'll start all over. This is the country that you got now, Maybon. And again, I know I will sound like a broken record, like how Monk can say, but we have witnessed this movie before, Maybon. The previous government under the military regime, they orchestrated something they call attempted coup every day to silence their political opponent. And we know what it resulted to. You're not going to be dragging reputable people around. Those people got solid supporters. Mind you, Maybon, the Joe Howard you're talking about today, that woman coming from two former political ruling parties with solid popularity in our country. Take it or leave it. The MPP, Mr. Taylor guy, he's the only one that in fact got elected that never went to second round in Liberia. You can say, oh, it was under the barrel of gun or whatever it is. So is the case with the CDC. So to think that you will come and drag the people around and their followers then will support you or will just gravitate to you, that's a blatant lie. It's not going to happen. But this is what we get, Maybon. It's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that this government got not even a clinic this government have built anywhere to dedicate. They pass around dedicating toilet and then police book and you're talking about achievement. Maybon, man, we need to do better. But this country, the international community will come to a point, even if they don't want to investigate their own people in our government, the international community will point them out that they are responsible for something in our government. That's what I have to say. I know you're about to go to the newsroom.
Yes,
and, when you get back, we will continue.
I will just hold on with you. But let me ask you this question. What say you with Senator Abochie post where you're talking about instead of the military ammo to be placed at the border, they are not seeing a very precinct compound or maybe precinct center. What say you with that?
But maybe that's the irony. That's what I'm saying. The people keep speaking because you got your country invaded to the point that even your security people could not even go to engage the people that invaded your country. But then you got your former government officials that they are harmless and harmless. But you got military people supervising them or literally keeping something in the capital city. They have politicized, not even tried, they have politicized the military. Maybe the first thing is that Mr. Barker had tribalized the military. By the time he got to power, the first thing he did, he brought a kissing man to be the chief of staff. That's the first thing he did. People will not want to say it, but that's the reality. He tribalized the military. Ellen Johnson Sirleaf did not go bring a Gola man or Congo man or something to be chief of staff, or no her. Georgia did not bring cool man to be chief of staff in the army. They brought somebody from Nima County, Prince Johnson. But Mr. Walker, by the time he became, the first thing he put a kissing man there to be chief of staff. That's how much it tribalized the military. I know people are not looking at that, but that's the reality. The military is not even there to defend the country, but it's there. So the first thing the military did was to go to the airport, start beating political opponents there at one point in time when the political opponent was coming in the country. The military went there and brutalized people there. Now to take them an armless woman, to take them
yes,
to the prison compound. Where is the paramilitary group? Where's the police? Where are the other groups to provide security over there? Especially against an armless person. Even
yes.
the drug baron that they arrested Mayborn, they never came the military to go protect them over there.
Good. These are some of the questions. These are some of the things that I don't want to even talk about and to even ask you. Because if you talk about the joint security fighting drugs and here and there, and drugs, which of course is a national crisis or situation, we haven't seen any of the armored trucks or so forth parading around in the name of maybe fighting the drug cartel or so forth. But let me ask you this question,
But
Mr. Kwame.
maybe to that question, what you're talking about, like I said, the people that they arrested, the $317 million drug, you saw army more than around there? No. But this woman that even the security that they were providing for the state at her house. So today you're carrying military, military, not even private, military to keep security aware you're incarcerating her. What is this? The military, whether you like it or not, have been tribalized by Mr. Boakai. The chief of staff, people don't know he's a kissy man. Post-staff, he is a kissy man. That's the first thing Mr. Boakai did.
And to that, Mr. Colin, even though the chief of staff here from Lofa County, but the first ever major situation also happened from Lofa County. How can the chief of staff is not really fighting
Especially for a
hard
home district, his home district. The chief of staff home district, for your district, got invaded. They never put the military together to go to that place. But today in Morovia town, there were the military moving all their ammunition and their heavy equipment to go and keep surveillance on the former vice president, an armless former vice president.
Well, some of you who are watching, and also these are kind of more situation back home. Our national army that once upon a time that people used to admire. In fact, the only time that I ever heard about same situation was the former chief of staff when he was into that situation with the opposition pressuring him to, in fact, overthrow and say all these kind of things. But from there, I think the armed forces of Liberia has been seriously respected. And you said, Mr. Opponent, that the hope of Liberia is the army, and they look up to the army. So to see the army that protect, or in fact, they are not only, let me frank here, they have got airfield, and in fact, they are being used for some of these small, I would say this way, some of the area you see them sometimes, stationing to sometimes to some of the substation, you see them to some of the business area, like for example B Mountain using the army. I don't think that's what they are meant to be, because if you go back to what the senator said here, the airfield, their primary mandate is to defend the republic and protect its territorial integrity, not to be used as instrument or intimidation, political pressure, or partisan interest. And this is interesting. This government, they are seeing it like
Maybe there are things that people are not following here. The orientation of people determines whenever they are entrusted with power or position or with authority. Mr. Boakai came to prominence through the PRC government. I think he has the belief that to hold on to power, you will exert those kind of draconian and dictatorial behaviors. The reason why you have people like Zianka and other people that in the army today, they occupying other positions, because still people see them as neutral people like Geraldine the deputy defense minister now, they see them as neutral people. Even with the Prince Johnson, they see them that indeed they got trained in the military and they are neutral people. So other government came and entrusted them with leadership. But today, Mr. Barker's first decision among his first appointment in government was a kissing man to be the head of the army. Now, Senator Chair is right to talk about the military is there to defend the territorial integrity of the nation, not to go be protecting prisoners. You understand? But this is where your country now because I can believe that during the Doe era, those are the kind of things that were practiced. So he still got that orientation in him to see, to try to experiment them again to see whether it will work in that direction. But this is a bad situation. Even the professional military people, there are times that they can make a decision to say, look, if you commit a crime in the process, President Barker will not defend you in years to come when you are to get account for your actions. So you have to be in a position to stop this because it's like the country is at a boiling point. Therefore, that's why I say let True FN and Sktv try to put reporter in the street and just conduct some kind of random sampling. Because it will give you a better picture. That's what news outlets will usually do around here. It will give you a better picture of how to address the result of people or the angst of people, what position they are in right now. Nobody, I have not listened to in recent times, I have not listened to any of those platforms or radio stations or callers and this and that to tell you that they are happy about whether they were the voter for United Party or whatever party they're from. People are generally telling you that they are not happy and they're feeling afraid for their nation. And you know, but maybe listen, I know you will come back. You got a hold of because I'm still kind of a little busy with a few things.
Yes, yeah.
I will try to be chipping in, okay?
All right, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Mr. Conan. So, folks, some of you who are watching, that's it. If you are watching, you see right there we have the police, the Liberia National Police, and the former vice president. She right there in the center, or better say the middle. We're right there where you see the police all around, and you know there are people now posting most of these things. How come now our army, they are coming in to be protected? In fact, to be money. Let me just say in the simplest form, to be money prison compound. We come back again to the PLC system or what? These are questions and these are things now that enter into the mind of the common people. What we doing with soya?
Let me just throw the one up there real quick before I leave. President Talbot executed his own family member for murder in the Republic of Liberia. I don't know if people forget that. He told his family, and said, the law has to take its course. That's how much he tried to discourage, or how to call it, murder in that country. You understand? He did not shield his family people. Besides, Talbot, yes, some of his children were in government, but look at it, like the man's daughter had PhD, well qualified. Look at the brother, the former finance minister. Yeah, you heard of nepotism, but he brought them into government because they were more than qualified. All right? Those things happened before. And at the end of the day, we saw what happened in our country. Now, to come back to this kind of behavior and expect that people will be clapping for it, thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Conan, that you said you're right 100%. There are other leaders when they come to power, they don't let you bring family members, relatives close to them, because that's why when we're measuring father that minister, daughter that minister, sometimes we just got to be, some of you who were, you know, now I cannot see some of the hate from some of us as people. You know, yesterday, just from Southeast, 6 counties from Southeast, you people call that nepotism, but you get father, you get daughter, heading ministerial positions. That one by that nepotism, that one is okay, it's good. So no other maybe person or maybe other people that qualify. Now to what Mr. Colin was we're talking about here, some of you today. The president came to power, the first thing he had to do was bring in a kissing man to become chief of staff. We don't want to be saying this thing now because we wanted to give other people a chance and everything to know as to whether they really looking beyond. We don't want to be doing tribulation or all the kind of thing. But yesterday, some of you were pushing these things like it was bad. Try imagine someone from the same region, not even from the same county, but it was bad. But today we have almost, let's say, the American posted that long time that almost 95%, 96% of the top positions have been given to people from where? From Lofa. And especially from a deacon cycle. You have, Mr. Conner, you just said something that really touched me. All of the past presidents, Madam Salif, like you said, Mr. Conner, nothing about Kola, I know Kola or what kind of people. No. The same thing with former President Weah. The chief of staff Wayne Nimba. He's not even from South, in fact, from the Southeast. No, before I even talk about, because that's your region. Before I even talk about from Grand Crew. But today we have a chief of staff from Lofa. And you know, the terrible thing in his own region or his time, in fact, the chief of staff, the first major incident that happened on his own watch. In fact, in your own county, and someone said, in your own hometown. According to people. So, what kind of country are we still in the? In fact, do we still having the mindset of this? Because all of these things will lead us into not having a better country. That all we want to destroy our country because of all of these things. So, no other people that qualify to hold your positions. But just because, okay, nobody say, no. The issue of security, we all understand security, yes. You have to bring people that you trust, people of trust. But at certain area, you don't just easily bring in people. Okay, since that is the case, why can't we not say, okay, Mr. President, look for another person from another area? But you have to bring in your own closer ally, your own relative, or whosoever person, and promote them and make them chief of staff. Now today, see what's happening today. Instead of the armed forces of Liberia patrolling at night, even though sometimes when there is little heated tension and so forth, we see them, but like the senator is saying, these people are supposed to be assigned to the border, patrolling every day and night, protecting our territorial borders. But not to be seen with prison compound, sitting around near prison for what? So the kind of people that we will call in somebody advisors for me. I have serious issue with them. But again, we will talk about the vice president. As I learned that his lawyer, or in fact the president has going to hear the case, they have been pushed back to the 2nd of September, and we'll also talk about that. But we'll just pass through with what Senator Abbott said, and there are a lot of reactions. People, media outlets, carrying it back to back, and other people are also reacting. This is bad. Look, I always tell people, in this modern age and time, the media, the social media, the reason why man said just go like that free, only at the end of a tenure, when you notice that there were, or in fact, or second 6 years, there where social media started to open up. But moving forward, that's why government person we are out. The social media and the traditional media. So I see some of you, you're boasting that we don't want to bring the public to power. That without what we're doing here to criticize these terrible, terrible things. You think that you will go send someone and go convince who to go vote for who? But what we're doing here, these people that believe in what we are always saying, because this thing we're saying, this thing directly affect them. It's not about you talking to them and say, oh, go vote for the person. No. So at the end of the day, see what we are today. Matiko coming here 3 years. Hopefully by January 3 years. 1 kilometer a road. The only thing that so far for me that I observe, I will tell you maybe beginning next week. And these things, oh yeah, they pay in time. But paying people should not be something that's what be boasting of, or maybe that's what be hating people for. Even how much money people are even making today. I saw one of my colleagues, Chabi, he posted something years ago, I think somewhere around 2022, that all because of poor salaries. That's why drugs keep entering Liberia. All of them yesterday, they were my all of the post, but today, when you post this thing today, they will be insulting you. They will be insulting you today. All of the posts yesterday that we were posting yesterday, that some of you that you were saying, yes, that's true. They may not be able to rule the country. He play for, he musician, he this and that, he all kinds of things. That brings somebody that have experience, that can do the job, that can do the work. That brings this person, by this time, job coming into Liberia. Company will come, scratch card data, all the things, person will go down. In fact, we will have everything back. As I said today, where is Patrick Honor? He's right there at LTA. We still having expiring date on our data and scratch cards. So Liberians, some of you, when the people then when they be doing this, then when we be telling you, some of you, the anger, I just see the anger and say, look at the one. And then with that poverty, and what poverty can do. So the poverty just make you angry for no reason. So tell me, what has the government done for you that you think that you can boast up to say yes? Yes, that the government, because everything is about trying. It's about trying, but then don't even be voting people out. Same will be voting people in for trying business. Everything our criticize yesterday, nepotism, the other one, this and that. Everything is on the increase. People in government, they are saying the political party positions. Can you imagine? People in government, ministers, directors, they stay hearing, or in fact, they are still holding so many positions in the party. Like no other person qualified beside you people. So when you guys transition and give way to other people to also learn things and to also know about things, no, it should always be around them. And I can feel sorry for some of you who killing yourself for these people. So, Honorable Defense Minister, for me, I'm saying this, some of us here, we're closer to the army. Let me be frank. We have our family members, we have our relatives, we have friends into the army. Let us not use the army for any political things or actually call. No. We far from that. We far from that. We don't want to be discussing any kind of thing, but we far from that. I tell you, there's something that we don't, some of us, every time we hear a lot of things, but we come here, we go straight to the national issue and just forget about certain things because we feel that we have to cover certain things. So we know what's going on. We know some of the things that are happening to people. We know some of the things that some of these soldiers or some of these security officers that they are going through. We know all of these things. Nothing changing here in Liberia. People only change leaders. The same situation stay the same. Nothing. Nothing changing. Nothing. It's just about you just remove Mabel and bring another presenter here. That's all. The same thing stay the same. Maybe the same situation and maybe want you to go through everything. It stay the same. That's how like people look. It's just about just changing leaders. So you move one defense minister, you bring another person, or you bring another person, you bring another, or you move one police RG, or you move some of the fire service boss, you bring another. The same thing stay the same. The people will go through the same struggle. The same terrible behavior. It's just in us as people. So we know these things. We know what security officers are going through. Some of us, we know. We're closer to security. We know. So stop using them for any kind of political stuff. No. So let the police be. That's why police there. A police, maybe they're protest or something, and they are overwhelmed. I always notice one of the biggest protests here in Liberia was the June 7 protest. I was there. I don't know what AFL were there about. The other group I saw, that were immigration, LDA, police, fire service. I think so far, I think I was only people that I saw there. Yes. The only people I saw that even though AFL were on the standby, but they were not there. I stand to be corrected. That day I was there, that day live, that June 7 protest. So until when there's major happening in the land, where there's chaos, no control, then the AFL come in. Then the people they will listen. But you just carry the AFL up and down, anything you just carry anyone that you want to carry them. We gotta stop, man. To make this thing really get into, we have to stop. So that's it. That one thing, yeah, man. So that one. So I don't know what kind of mercanti. You know, I saw some of the newspaper today. Let me see. I don't know whether some of you, whether I'll have the newspaper. Yeah, I saw something today. I was shocked. And you know, that's what some of the local data, they are very, very important. See this newspaper. This is the Inquirer newspaper. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom it, but it's not really happening from my end. So this is the Inquirer newspaper, and I think it's May 11. Okay, it's Wednesday edition, right? Wednesday, May 11, 2022 edition. They say we are hot diplomatic passports issuing. Order Bashir County investigated. They saying Bashir. So you see the work the media can do. Some of you are go there. If you want me to send you the paper, I will send it to you. That Wednesday, May 11, 2022 edition. We are hot diplomatic passports issuing. Order Bashir County investigated. Who are we talking about again? They saying Bashir County. So we're back to these same situations, we're back to these same problems, we're back to everything, we're back to connection, we're back to who built this, we're back to who gave who money and everything. So we're back to Kanti. I'm hearing that the government have given him clearance, allegedly to these informations, and now you have been verified, but these are information coming up from the corridor. So we expect the government now to even respond to the information that they may have been given clearance to input rest. You see it? They gave the man clearance to be importing rest. Now what they're saying, that what I'm hearing, the RPD. And I don't know how true is this information. But then the man that we just listen to the voice or the recording that we just listen to, the man is saying that he had nothing to do with 317 million hours for drugs. I don't know. He's talking until he said, I don't know. I'll be having 3 million hours for drugs. Then I'll be sitting there. I don't know that Russia or where he's sitting. I don't really get that thing clear. But again, until sometimes these things, people always say they are innocent until they can be investigated and found guilty. But how come the government is using most of these people as still witnesses or witnesses? For me, that they're where I'm concerned. Maybe a criminal. For example, Maybon a criminal, you already arrest Maybon. Maybon say, okay, I'm not alone. I, John, Mary, and Paul, we are the criminals. Or if they don't want to help me and the other person do the one, I think I call that name, right? So we all will go for trial. How are you getting the deal? We all should be taken to the law or to the court. And we all go for trial. If these people names that are mentioned, if they don't have any kind of a significant part to play, then the court will have them excused or have them removed. And then I will now the suspect, the main suspect that they arrested with the item in my hand. Because, yeah, man, Sometimes we don't even know how to input it. But you know, they're common saying. Yeah, so we'll go to a land by 740 people. We don't want to, yeah. So they come out and they say, when you see your thing, and I'm can be saying some of us, you know, in Liberia, right? Wheresoever place you found your items, right away you can take it, right? Or you can hold that person until you call police or whosoever. But you have full right to take that item or hold that item until police officer or law enforcement officer can come. If nobody comes and says in there, they can tell you, say, my man, dating for you. He said, no. He said, about dating. He said, dating for me. I can show proof. And you show proof, the people settle it better and they get until you go. But the person who in here or they are nothing or in, the person at the rule. What are somebody give it to them and tell them, man, please carry for me. I don't they catch it with you. And you the rule. So the way we keep playing politics with Liberia, like people, even the government now, they got to make sure that you got to play politics just for people to vote for you. Like I see some of these things. Yesterday, people voted for you yesterday free of charge, but today, you are manipulating them, you are forcing them, you are harassing them, because of what I'm saying. For them to vote for you or for them to support you. So the person who had they see the drugs in, the police car, the policemen who are carrying it, all these people today, where are they? And how far will all the drugs case now after the arrest of the former vice president? We're not hearing any more news again. The only news now Mountain, Winter, they are the one bringing information out about the justice minister and that the police RG involvement with vehicles or all the kind of thing, blah, 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 blah. That's all. There's no more update. You see the kind of country that we live in? I thought today, in fact, we will be getting update today as to where are we today. So it was just all about the vice president. Because we'll be getting update. Can you imagine people are not even producing coach in Liberia? Hey. Look, coach. People are not producing coach in Liberia. 2 injected men yesterday, they were unconscious yesterday when that situation happened with them, where they were producing a coach. And their machine, I don't know, it gave up what it they're going to be interested though. So we continue to play politics. Why people are not producing coach in Liberia? I was shocked. And the machines, you see now, oh, Liberia. So the politics is more than the interest of the country. Because I see some ministers, some directors, they just posting, they are now becoming more combative. You know, reaction everything they say, right? So they are now reacting every time to things. Martin Wahala, they will react. The other situation, they will react. Whenever something, little thing happen, they will react. But the major one is who allowed the drugs to enter Liberia? Is there any leakages in our security? Because let me assume that Maybonna be men in government, if Maybonna have any contact with any security officers, nothing will be done. That whole power gone. Even the president worker today. The thing that made to be president right now is the constitution and the security that guiding you to make sure that you move, that you function properly. Simple. That's all. So the security always enforcing things. So sometimes we just gotta be rational too in our late thinking. Should we share most of the blames on allegedly with the people who have some associations, or should we share the blames on the security people who are also leaving the very borders empty, like the vice president said once upon a time that the border, in fact, the borders are all empty. That we are all surviving just by the grace of God. When God carrying us, all the borders are all empty. They won't pay security officers. Why are we even paying security if your borders are all empty? Why? But guess what? All of the region lawmakers, all of them, I don't know whether you can see them posting anything or saying anything about the entire drug bill. I don't know how come, but in fact, they went quiet. The region lawmakers, the NIMOD, the NIMOD group, all because as long, according to the police RG, that when you smell the goat, according to him, so even if you smell the goat, they will take you. Damn, but that RG then too, you too. There are plenty of people that smell they won't go to. So many people are, in fact, they may smell the goat. In fact, some people even see the time that they were even butchering the goat, according to Samuel Koga. So what kind of justice system are we really building? We always honor money our own country. Always. Just because of political experience or just because we want to get some political glory or want to be seen as people who know politics. That's all. Oh yeah, they understand politics. They can do politics. They this and that. Politics does not mean that you should be able to do terrible things. I know in Africa we see politics as well. Just killing one another. Oh yes. And politics are there for us. They kill each other. They may not correct. Let's get rid of him. That's not politics. Politics should be about what you can do. Like for example, when I see the kind of competition that in Nima, even though on a Musa Assembly they're going far, but the representative in the term of fight also, you try your best. And I'm not going to go or sorry, I'm not going to control who. The only thing I will advise you on, stay away from hardcore politics. If you want to do this thing, just do it as way you are already started doing. If you want to discuss politics, let it be on a national level. Discuss national critical things. You can build that bridge. When the president don't want you, they will not vote for you. I'm saying this to say to you, I know Liberians too good. The person that you'll be insulting, you'll be doing things here and there, and these are same thing. They're coming back with the same behavior with former president. We are every little thing, all the way they made their power. But unknowing it to some of them, they don't know that in fact that they are also campaigning for him. Because every time you take platform, you take social media, social media, you want to criticize this man, you want to talk about this man, you want to say this about that man, you want every little thing you should mention that man's name. You are campaigning, unknowing to yourself. You are campaigning for him because there are a lot of people out there who may not even know. Some people they ban, maybe they say, but what they mean? Oh, I only meant him. In fact, I saw someone post. Oh, they meant about my man. Oh yeah. See right there. The more you criticize people, sometimes you give them some support in the name of you want to bring them down. Then, for example, what's happening right now with the government and a lot of opposition figures. The government keep fighting opposition figures. I'm also hearing so many things behind the scene that's already going on and that may happen and that will happen in the name of politics. So we got to stop. First, let's go to the line to interact with you. Our callers, the number is 0770-203-125. That's the number to call this evening and be part of the show here. We're going to be with you up to 8 o'clock. Let me take our first caller. David King, good evening.
Good evening, Milborn, and let me just go into the many to the broadcast. David King, and join you from somewhere in Morovia. You see, Milborn, we will see this thing, we'll talk about this thing until we get tired. Joseph Boakai is the new President of Uganda in Liberia. If we had an issue that we still have at the Solomba border, but we did not see the answer there. But because you got Joel Howard Taylor in jail, Now you got all the AFL guys, they took the ATC and went and parked it at Memorial Central Prison with all the AK-47, with all the ammunition they can acquire. They are there mining hub. I have to say this is a military regime. And then is a song that says what happened. You know, you were behind the beating fee when the 17 men were put on firing squad. So he still got that mentality. He's a major in the PRC government. So for him to bring PRC in here today is not a surprise to some of us. But we want to say this. What they are carrying on will follow them tomorrow. History will judge them on the wrong side of history. Thank you.
Thank you, my dear brother. 0770203125. That's the number this evening. Yes, indeed, we're here discussing about some of the things happening. I know there are court issues that you also heard about. Some of you, the ruling from the court 55 cases on, if I started yesterday and ended on today, even though some of the hello? Yeah, my brother, good evening. Go ahead, your name.
We are saying we always see we all of us justice to prevail and for all the not going outside there, we need an independent panel to take care of it now in our country. Or else, this is a minute for us decom to be preserved for the affairs of our nation. Their things go on again. I think then it is a serious problem. And it is about time for Liberia to say, all what we do, we are enough. Until Liberia is not at level, I just afraid for the future because will continue.
Well, let me ask you this question, because this is not only unique to this government. This thing been happening whenever the citizens go out there to vote or to elect their leaders. Sometimes the leader always been hijacked. Are you also sensing that? Because this is interesting that somebody want to appoint their own person from the same county, like we are into 1970, 1960, where every time there is school, I don't even get it.
Exactly. The popular will of the people are always hijacked. But every kind of people name them post media at the back. And what always happening. So that's the problem, and we are going to get rid of it. It will not continue. This particular current generation, we are people who are elected. We have seen all of this, we ran for them, and we will not allow it. Let me just close and leave you alone by saying this. I will always quote Martin Luther King. He said, if there is a change, if the possibility exists to fight on bad, fight it. Fight with all you have. Never allow it, and we will never allow it. Thank you, Lib.
Thank you so much. Let me take the other caller. Good evening. Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
Thank you. Well, my name is Liba Shani, and I'm from Chicken Saturday evening. A problem of concern I go for justice. But never, we're not a senator you are talking about that our chair or
yes. I think Augustine Chief.
Because he's the new senator at Google for the South that is really speaking out for all the people in the society.
Yes.
That know you well. Thank you. But you see, I know President Waka and government officials are making mistakes. I'm a parent here. I have before that to the door. Into the threat. But let me tell President Waka, Mr. Waka, we were here in 1990. AFL have men. But because the city of confidence, they started up 2 months to reach the governor. We must say, well, the AFL men you have today, they are not fully there for you. The country is divided, so you must know the security which is also
exactly, man. But I don't want to say that one, but you're right. If you say that, you're right.
No, when you talking so, it didn't go out to that for president. There's some AFL men who have border or police. If former president, we have to get their social standards, they are angry. But they're not looking at those things. So we tell the world, there's a reason that will come on the radio to pass on education. So they're true and see what they're doing. So they are the president who are going to listen to people in the world calling out president Waka. If people were having an opportunity at the time, that's who are going to go to work. But maybe president who are going to listen to people at the time too.
Thank you, my dear brother. Thank you. Let me take Pascal Davis. Pascal, good evening. I don't know whether the air or maybe the ammo truck or how you may call. I don't know, is seen it near you or is someone around there.
Oh, the ammo. No. When people are stealing, when they are driving, it's obvious. I mean, these are all tactics, But look, men are here. Sometimes they hold it once more. They're Christian people who agree. But we will act. When you don't respect the laws of the country, look, you can breathe.
So you want to copy the vice president war when he said that I know 2 or 3 men, I know 4, 5. I'm gonna beg you to go.
Let's be honest. For me, from the day President Walker made a statement that he didn't know and he was not in the know when the 4-year project was begun. The project was 6 million. The president said he didn't know. If we're very serious as Liberia, as a country, imagine how many million are President Walker not even know. Just think.
Exactly. Exactly.
So imagine how many millions that he doesn't know about. Look, he was serious on the. But let me, brother, you can bring all the water from Mali, anywhere around the world. You got less than 3 years in office. Less than 6. You can't do nothing to touch it. Less than 3 years. And you will account for your daily deeds upon this country. Thank you.
Thank you. To this caller, good evening.
Thank you. Mabel.
Yes, my brother. Yes, go ahead.
This is the voice of Prince Kolake. I fought for District 5 this time. And let me add my voice to all Liberians that are calling for transparent justice here around here. And like one of them tried to reference the dark day. And I think there's a need that we all call on the government to do the needful thing. But maybe sometimes I get confused when I'm seeing currently those people yesterday that were defending the wrong, that even born naked water to slow in the name of counter protest on the CDC.
And they were having rebel. I think Rebel United to support the rescue team. All kinds of names.
Yes, thank you.
Jesus.
So certain point in time, Bosman, when Yeke Koluba was discussing issue, don't you know that the Makameta the process from the angle of the retired first for Badia, that the air press conference only Yeke Koluba to submit himself to them, one of the weird government. Those people that don't concern like for justice, anyway, they were defending the wrong. Gentlemen, when your conscience came back to yourself, when you people came back to
when you're not in power now, I think you know.
Yeah, you're acting as if you guys were there. Article 1, Article 17, and this during the time of CDC, when we were using it, what did you guys
so where's the change now? Can we not change?
Yeah, but then I brother justice Baka doing this. I agree that Baka is definitely performing, but should you guys be the one to call Baka to honor? When you guys, where your question were yesterday, let the ordinary people speak on the hills. When you guys that were talking, your born naked water to slow and they were yet cut up protest. The people when the protest, if on the executive marshal, you were cooking a butter beef. Don't when they always say it.
All right, thank you, my brother. Hello to this caller. Good evening.
Thank you very much. Good evening.
Yeah.
People were allowed to freely express themselves during the former president. We are here. I think you were here. So therefore, giving water. Or when you get water, giving water, it's something that you have to do. People were freely express themselves. But today, we have many things outside of community. King Joko was still expressing himself. They just say, you know, local argue with police men to throw it free. Oh, nobody know why police men get almost today. No justice, no freedom. Everybody, who are you getting? Okay. So there's a need for all to stand up and people will stand for justice. Because the rule of law has been triple and four, there is clarity of justice. So we're saying, nobody gets out, we'll get things good. We're not glorifying anybody, we're not doing the right thing. Thank you.
All right, thank you. we'll take a few more calls and go back to our team and go home for the day. Some of you, let me see, Charles Cooper is right here on the line. Charlie, good evening.
Good evening, Mabon.
Yeah, my brother, go ahead.
So, Mabon, nearly 23 years now, two parties have governed this country. That is the Unity Party and the CEC. And the Unity Party have a lion's share when it comes to governance. But Mabon, it will surprise you to know that these two parties, nearly 23 years, they have not been able to solve one of our national problems up to 75 or 80%. So why is it that the Liberian people are still looking at the two parties? It tells you that the Liberian people are satisfied with the kind of suffering they are experiencing, Mabon. Even marriage.
But Charlie, let me ask you two this question. So all of these things that we are all going through today, it should only be around voting, or should we also have our own right to say no? I think something should go beyond voting, because just about voting for me, then I don't think I want to waste my time. Yeah.
Collectively, Liberian lack righteous anger.
Good.
I mean, there is a neighbor, but we are saying this all the time. Neighbor, let me tell you, the only time is Liberian getting to think when I think that directly affect them.
Exactly.
That's the only time again. But Liberian men will sit down, truly bow, we are into another person, and we pretend that we love one another, neighbor. We don't love one another. And fell out there, fell out directly, that's the time we get joined to it.
Because to even allow to equal that 30 seconds, because where are the women rights, women advocates yesterday that was sending up yesterday from Musu? For
you directly, you don't have time.
Cool.
You see, neighbor, someone tells something, one snake are betting your neighbor, it means there is snake in your neighborhood, you should take precaution. But we don't care, neighbor, we don't have righteous anger. Why is it that only two parties around this country? We keep crying that nothing is improved, but yet we keep focusing on the two parties. We're not trying to see if we can bring different people to see they have different ideas and different solutions to our problem. We'll keep voting the two. 2029 again, it will be about the two parties. Maybe you should eat more than 3 times a day, but when you get used to eating 1 time a day, the day of my power, 2 times you feel that you are the richer person.
Maybe the reason there too, Charlie, maybe some of the reason there too, maybe the people thinking about all the, in fact they put us where we bring, or maybe to change the people. We also seen them dining and wanting with these people. So what was our time? All right. Thank you, Charlie, but it's interesting. Hello to the last caller. Good evening.
Yeah, how are you, man?
I'm okay, thank God. Go ahead, your name and from where you join us. Okay, go ahead.
Liberians are challenged people. Because all the people that call themselves, they are concerned, but also they see in 7. CDT when it's called on the line, can happen to win the election. There will be Western, isn't other thing in the country. What do you get to? I challenge the politicians and they put themselves together to kind of choose one politician, people for that person to win over the Unity Party and CDT Party. But when when CDT wins, they will be Western and other government before in the government because that is managing that mind that what.
And they won't compare them, but that's the thing. You're right, because instead of them focusing on solving the problem, they won't compare debt too. The same thing rather than Unity Party doing rather than paying debt. Everybody into what kind of country is this? All right, thank you to this last caller quickly. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, Mabon, and Peter the week council are covered on us feel like a lot Johnsonville. I'm an outstanding member of the concern and record justice. You know, Mabon, let me see actually and the co-host in the diaspora and the fascinating discussion. You know, always I can hear most say, oh, we are is a private citizen. I think we are is not just an ordinary private citizen. Any attempt this particular government to basically regular measures and that would decide the shape of Jesse Imabwaka presidency. And lastly, I think, as Steve just said it, the government has no case and the evidence against Maradua and our theater. That's the fact. would end up with a flying color. Nothing if you're doing the political show because they have lost balance and the Liberian people have lost and the trust and the interest in just a Mapwaka government.
Thank you, my dear brother. We gotta go. Thanks to all of you, our callers. We see on Monday, by the grace of God. Monday we'll be discussing the issue of former President Weah coming to country or his arrival, because that will be on Wednesday. But again, people, let me be frank here to all of us as people. That's why some of us will always pray for peace, because when the rain fall, it don't fall on one roof. When no peace in this country, the maybe we're talking here today, I won't talk. Some of us we saw what they call real war. I'm not saying they say in our movies, in our show, I saw real war. So I know what I'm saying, and everything some of us we witnessed yesterday. Sometimes we can cry and we can talk the way we're talking. Some of you maybe you can feel, oh, maybe he gets saved. What else after nothing? Because of the same politician that who fought 14 years civil war. At the end of the day, the country stay the same. When you get them their position for them to manage, they turn everything upside down. If you ask me today, I will want for the American people to send somebody to who they call it for the next 50 years. Because everything that we hear, that's just complete waste of our lifetime. Let me be frank. Complete waste of time. In this age and time, you still see people still dividing rest on people, injected people. People still working no salaries. They can't get a salary in time. Then you think that is normal. Some of you, even the security officers that even talking about that, even depend on, they are hungry. Oh yes. They don't have money. How much you paying them? The citizens are the ones that are keeping their peace. Stop intimidating people. If the government listens to some of us, Mr. President, if you're listening, recall that armor truck or that armor picker or armor what from that River Central Prison. Take it from there. Take it from there. Stop intimidating. Stop looking for trouble. They're not looking for you. People will talk. Now we live in a society where people are mostly discussing issues. That's why some of us would only support protest. Because it's just a complete waste of time. I can give one example today. You see the issue of human being following you here and there. Some people that you are naturally blessed. They put the former president we are. Maybe you enjoy blessed, but if not so, look at all of the politicians today that were saying yesterday as king. Where are they today? Akara's Moses Gray cannot walk in the street free. We are even something you go see 5% behind his speed volume. It's about commodities. It's about how you sell yourself to the people. So when people gotta go, man. Good night to all of you. We see it again on Monday by the grace of God. This thing really, really frustrates some of us because nothing changing. Let me be frank. You go about 50 buses. You bring the one, you bring that one. What happened? All the nearby roads, they're all messed up. See, yeah, man. People are taking pay, schools open, parents worrying. They're looking for money here. Then they can't get money. They can't eat in time. You sit on there every time you're playing politics. But that's it. We go again, people, tomorrow by God's grace, or in fact, Monday, by the grace of God. Good night from our end here at 2 FM.
There are things we can do. We bring in good news and we give it to you. We touch it for podcast and connecting people and culture from here and up out of the globe. Monitor people who waiting to sell. Blessing that time and the efforts are rest. The project is giving us here the purpose of them. The welcome and life without care.
A lyrical
Master.
Clear police who make on you. I can't ask Sktv-Lib. Say my journey, Tina can I say my yamo. And yes, I know money. And I know. And you love
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather lofa and grandbaza.
And I Guinea ya tumare, and I Salia ya tumare, and I Conakry ya tumare, and I Cote d'Ivoire ya tumare, and I Ena Guinea ya tumale, ena Salia ya tumale, ena Conakry ya tumale, ena Cote d'Ivoire ya tumale, ena Nigeria ya tumale, esta tiki, ena Nigeria, tosi wako maya tumale,
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa. Sktv, the best in Mama Liberia. My soul rather low power and grandmaster.
There are things we can do. We bringing good news and we give it to you. We talking about podcasts and connecting people and culture from here and out part of the globe. Qualified people who waiting to sell. The flesh that time and the efforts are rare. The broadcast we giving are real and I promise my best to work with my life without fear. From Grandfather Nima to Lufa, from Riverside, River G to Chile, from Grand Crew, Bombing, Cape Mount, Montserrat, San to Bacalu, from Maryland, Bonk to the Mikey B. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB. We the best in the land, yeah, LIB.
Sktv, the best in Liberia. Sktv, the best in Africa.